Thank you everyone for joining us. We have Michaela Onyenwere and Kylie Shook. Please raise your hands if you have questions. Jeff Magliochetti.
Thank you. Good afternoon, both of you. Now, you had 9 days off, but it was anything but days off for you guys because you guys were practicing, you guys were making appearances over at the US Open. So what was it like to have these days off to not just get better as a team on the court, but improve that team camaraderie as you go into what's sure to be a very interesting final 3 games?
It's been really good for us, especially just having those like back-to-back games. We're having like one day in between and just a very little time to prep. So yeah, these 9 days have been really cool. And like you said, we were able to build that camaraderie on the court, just kind of tune up some of the things that we needed to do well in the last games that we've had. And then also off the court, you know, like you said, going to the US Open was really, really fun. Having the time to spend together with my teammates is always really fun. So yeah, the 9 days is definitely something that we enjoyed.
And as young players on this team, how much would it mean to help this organization end its playoff drought in such an early part on your personal career timelines?
I mean, it would mean a lot because the people who came before us were all amazing players and definitely paved the way for us. So for us to come in and do that, like you said, in such a early, I guess, beginning start of our WNBA careers it'd be a great feeling.
For sure. And last one from me, how do you balance almost in a way, if you do fall short of this playoff dream, how do you balance almost reaching those personal goals with, almost with those long-term goals and making the playoffs? What sort of positives can you glean from this win or lose at this point from your in terms of your personal developments?
I think the season would be a success regardless, however way it went, making playoffs or not. Like we've had just a lot of new pieces. We've had a lot of people in and out. And so just to be to where we're at right now, it's just a success within itself. Obviously, like we know there's some games that maybe we should have won or could have won, but overall we think it's just a success because of the rebuild that we've had, the new players that we have in the system. And so overall, like I think this year is definitely going to be positive regardless of playoffs or not. But obviously we're definitely gunning for playoffs.
For sure. Appreciate your time and insight, both of you, and have fun out there tonight.
Thank you.
Next up, Jackie Powell.
Hey, Michaela and Kylie, good to see you both. So first, I want to ask, so you did a 2K face scan yesterday. How was that, and what was that all like?
It was fun.
Yeah, it was really fun. Like just getting to have that experience. I don't really play video games, so whatever. But I might start now that my face looks right, because one of my friends tagged me on Instagram, but they were playing with me and it looked nothing like me. I was like, who is that? So it was really cool that now we were able to have that experience. And we were just asking them questions like, oh, do the NBA players do that as well? And they're like, oh yeah, like we do all of this with them too. So to have that same experience, to be treated the same in that regard is really cool. And so I got the game, and I'm looking forward to see myself in it, me and Kylie in it for sure.
Brilliant. And so this could be for both of you, but I'd like to hear from Kylie as well on this one. Once again, you all have an opportunity to control your own destiny. And I know the last time, going into that series against the Mercury, there was a little bit of an issue with having urgency during those types of games. So what I want to know is, how do you think that maybe you all are in a better headspace now? Based on the sense of that, that this group needs to have urgency in order to really move forward?
I would just say, like, we have had 9 days off to regroup, gather, improve what we have been doing wrong, and definitely get more chemistry, because I feel like practice definitely helps with that. But just knowing that we have 3 games left and our end goal is to make, well, not our end goal, but an accomplishment that we want is to make playoffs. So we know what these 3 games mean. So if we come out and we're stagnant, or it just can't happen. So I don't think that will be even in the runs tonight.
Right. And Michaela, I'm curious from your perspective, like, what is sort of the aura around the group when it comes to the urgency regarding tonight's game? I mean, we've heard from Vicki Johnson, who says on Dallas's side, they're really fired up. So what's it sort of like, with the Liberty group?
Yeah, I don't think we need any, external motivation outside of just our team. I think we know what we need to do for tonight. But even in the past 2 games against Seattle, Minnesota, we showed that we can have that sense of urgency. And obviously those games didn't fall to our side, but we showed kind of signs of growth and development that we kind of had been lacking prior to those games. And so I think we're ready. There's obviously a sense of urgency, like Kylie said, because we do have 3 games left, regardless of playoffs or not. We have 3 guaranteed games left, and that's what we're focused on right now. And so that sense of urgency definitely is something that we need to come out with tonight. And regardless of whatever else, that's definitely going to be number 1 on our priority list.
And the final one for me, I'm curious as to what today and today's 20-year anniversary means to both of you. I mean, I know both of you were young. I was young too. I was in kindergarten. But I guess what I want to know is what's something you think about when we hit a day like this, and you've got to play a game.
Just remembering those who are lost and those who were there, fought, and I guess not a day to mourn, but just a day to be like open about and just think about the people who risked their lives to save people, and I guess kind of how far we've came from that in improving safety, and just remembering those people who were there on the forefront, the firefighters, the people in the buildings, the people helping weeks after. Just thinking about them. I mean, we're gonna have a moment of silence tonight, so definitely think about them in that moment, and just go out and do what we do, I guess.
I agree.
Sorry.
Great. I really appreciate that. And good luck tonight, both of you. Good to see you.
Miles Ehrlich.
Hi, Michaela. Hi, Kylie. Just one from me today. In each of their last 5 games, Dallas has shot 33% or under from the field in all of their first quarters. Even with a week off, how can you maintain the motivation from that quick start you had against Seattle and throw out the first punch, which the coaching staff has talked about all season, in such a crucial late season matchup?
I mean, that's imperative for us. When we start not the way we want to start, it definitely impacts the whole rest of the game, and we're continuing to have to play catch up. And that's not something we need to do, especially at this point in the season, and especially versus a team that's hungry like Dallas. And so we've actually talked about that, how the first shot, like they usually don't make a lot of those first shots, and they're getting a lot of offensive rebounds. And so that definitely goes hand in hand with having that urgency in the first quarter to limit them to 1 shot and not let them continue to get these possessions, because we know they're not shooting the greatest percentage at that point. And so that'll be really important for us to come and start kind of establish our identity right from the first quarter, and hopefully that carries on into the 4 quarters.
Thank you so much. Good luck to you both tonight.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you, Kylie and Michaela. We will send the recording shortly.
Thank you.